Hey, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I wanted to talk about Tesla full self-driving FSD and is it safe and is it worth the $99 a month subscription? But first, let's start self-driving. So first things first, is it safe, right? Because safety first. I have used FSD, let's see here, let's check my stats. 99% of the time. So I have, since 14.2 came out this past fall, I have driven basically 5,039 miles using FSD. I pretty much just use it door to door, straight out of the garage to my destinations every day. And is it safe? So how do you decide if something's safe or not? One, if you've had any incidents, and comparing it to see, this car came flying up and FSD slowed down. Comparing it to real world driving. So to do that, let's go check out the safety stats that Tesla themselves pushes out. Across the entire Tesla fleet, meaning all Teslas that Tesla has delivered to customers, all vehicles that Tesla has delivered to customers, all robo-taxis that are currently working, I believe even cars that go on demo drives, cumulative FSD miles across the fleet is 8.346 million and counting, which means this vehicle that I am in right now, see that Tesla just ran a red light. Did you see that? He must not be using FSD, but I actually felt my car slow down. So that Tesla up there literally, see if we can focus it, literally just ran that red light, and thankfully nobody was crossing the intersection then. Back to what I was saying, the cumulative miles that FSD has driven, 8.3 billion. My car, anybody who's using FSD, their car has that much experience, and all that video data and speeding up and acceleration gets fed into the Tesla database, and the AI uses that to learn and constantly get better. So when somebody uses FSD, they are 7 times less likely to get in a major collision. They are 7 times less likely to get in a minor collision, and they're 5 times less likely to get in a collision off the highway. So that is pretty convincing and compelling to me, just because, and how is it able to be so safe? The camera has, let's count, there's a front bumper camera, there is a camera up here looking out the windshield, there is a camera on each side of the front quarter panels, so that's 4. And then there are 2 cameras on the pillars between the front door and the rear door, so that's 6. And there is a 7th external camera on the trunk, and then there are cameras right up here watching me, watching the driver at all time. So 7 external cameras plus 1 internal for 8 total. And those external cameras have a 360-degree view. They're constantly monitoring the situation around the vehicle and have a 360-degree radius of what's going on and can react in milliseconds. So having that ability to always be looking in every direction at all times is helps the vehicle be safe and effective for the passengers and the driver inside. So say, for example, if somebody is elderly or they have vision problems or reaction problems, that could be a limiting factor in somebody being able to go out and drive, or they may drive anyway and it may not be safe for them. So if you have you are elderly, or you have some vision problems or even hearing problems, whatever it may be, or you have a relative or friend who has that, this technology and these vehicles can help overcome that and give that person back their freedom to go out and do things, to go to appointments, to travel, etc. So it's a really compelling feature, the safety for the vehicle. And second is the convenience aspect of it, and just the quality of life aspect to it. So prior to filming this, I actually, in the vehicle, I went to Grok in my X account, so we'll go there now by hitting the bookmark bar and then going to Twitter. I know it's X, but I had it in there as Twitter. Go into the Grok, and let's go to my history and bookmarks. And real quick, guys and gals, I've been driving for the last 5 minutes, and my eyes have been on the road, but I really haven't been paying attention. I've been thinking about what I've been saying, or what we're discussing here, and that just shows you, a lot of people drive distracted, and if you're distracted while FSD is running, you're still safe, and you are still safe to other drivers around here. So I asked Grok, back to this, give me your top 5 reasons why someone should use FSD for safety and convenience. So we just went over number 1, the significantly reduced collision risk compared to human drivers. So there, just beeped at me for looking at the screen for too long. Secondly, the 360-degree view. 3, relieve stress and fatigue on long drives or repetitive drives. I have gone to Florida from here 3 times. That's about a 640 to 150 mile trip. And prior to getting this car and using FSD, I would never drive, 10, 11 hours for 650 miles before. But when I don't have to constantly be focused on the road, looking around me, figuring out the route, the exits, lane changing, it really reduces just the fatigue and the stress for being on the road. Or, for instance, for a daily drive, for a daily commute, running errands, going to work, taking the kids to school, going out to eat, wherever, you may need to go. And especially if you're in heavy traffic, the car does everything. I'm sitting here, talking about Tesla FSD, enjoying this, and I'm not, fatigued or stressed at all. So all that stress and fatigue goes away because the car is doing everything. It's basically my chauffeur. I just sit here and observe, just keep my eyes on the road. That's really all I have to do. It also handles complex navigation and parking automatically. So if you're driving on an unfamiliar route or going to a place you haven't been before, you don't have to kind of be looking at Waze or Google Maps, or even if you have the Tesla navigation, and figuring out, is this my exit? What lane do I need to be in? Etc. What's the speed limit? The car does all of that for you. So if you are constantly going places and you get stressed or worried about making sure you get it to your destination, the car handles all of it. And then number 5, it says here, continuous rapid improvement via massive real world data. So that's where I go back to the cumulative 8.3 billion miles that Tesla has accumulated across the Tesla fleet, and the continuous rapid improvement. So every week, 2 weeks, every few weeks, Tesla sends an over-the-air update to the Tesla vehicles to get them the latest and greatest upgrades and performance of Tesla FSD, and it's all free. So that is the 5th one. And let's see here, the fatigue, seamless end-to-end driving and navigation, effortless parking. The parking isn't great. It does get into spots, but if you have a lot of preference on where you like to park in a parking lot, or if you want to back in or pull in, you have to be patient and a little accepting with the vehicle, or you can take over in the parking lot. But that's pretty good by me. If the car does, gets me 99% of the way there, and then just out of personal preference, I decide where I want to park, that's a pretty good deal in my opinion. And constant. So number 5 here again, constant hands-free handling of boring or annoying driving tasks. So think about it this way: if you drive to work in the morning, or take the kids to school in the morning, or have a long commute, maybe you want to use that time to be productive, and make phone calls, or briefly check an email. You can do that when FSD is running. Or say it's after a long day of work, or a long day, or early morning, you're going into the office and you just want time to kind of wake up or decompress. and you're driving in heavy traffic, you know, if you're a little sleepy, that could be a little dangerous to yourself and the other people around you. But if you're tired and just kind of want to chill and listen to some music, the radio, etc., you can do that, and Tesla will do all the heavy lifting for you. So for $99 a month, $3 a day, I think this is a pretty compelling case on why it is worth it from a safety and a convenience standpoint, wherever, you know, your situation may be. And so it's whether you have a Tesla and you haven't been using the FSD software before, or you're thinking about getting one, I really think you should at least give it a try if you haven't, and see for yourself. And so real quick, to show you in the vehicle here how to, if you are in a Tesla, how to upgrade or subscribe to the software. You go to your settings down here and then scroll up all the way down to upgrades, and it will load here. But since I am already subscribed, they're showing no upgrades available. So I hope you found this this video useful or informative. If you have any questions, or you can think of other use cases of why it is worth it from a safety and a convenience standpoint, please share them in the comments below, or if you have any questions. And if you're looking at getting a Tesla, all Teslas come with 1 month free of self-driving, and then after that's $99 a month. If you do not have a referral code from friends or family, I will put mine in the description below, and you're welcome to use that, which will get you an additional 3 months free of FSD. So a total of 4 months free self-driving with the referral link. And again, thank you all for watching, and until next time, be safe.